Every person carries within them a presence that can leave an unforgettable mark. It is not about perfection, but about cultivating habits that inspire connection and admiration. Confidence is one such habit. When a man believes in himself, he naturally draws attention, because certainty is magnetic. Closely tied to this is authenticity. Pretending never lasts, but being genuine creates trust and a sense of safety that women deeply respect. Kindness is another timeless trait. Small acts of compassion often speak louder than grand gestures. A man who treats people with empathy, whether strangers or loved ones, becomes unforgettable. Humor, too, plays its part. The ability to laugh at life and bring lightness to difficult moments creates bonds that linger in memory long after words fade. Ambition fuels attraction because it shows vision and drive. A man who sets goals and moves forward, even through setbacks, demonstrates resilience that others admire. Yet alongside ambition, humility keeps him grounded. Pride may impress temporarily, but humility leaves a lasting glow. Emotional intelligence stands out as well, the habit of listening, understanding and responding with care. It is not about solving every problem, but about making someone feel heard and valued. Consistency builds on this. Reliability shows that words are matched with actions, creating trust over time. A sense of adventure keeps life exciting. Men who embrace curiosity and are open to new experiences bring freshness into relationships. Finally, self-care, looking after body, mind, and spirit, signals respect for oneself and for those around. These habits are not charms to be worn for attention, but values to be lived daily. When practiced sincerely, they do not just make a man unforgettable, they elevate him into someone who inspires, uplifts, and is cherished in memory long after moments have passed. Confidence and authenticity, believing in oneself and staying genuine, naturally attract respect and admiration. Kindness and humor, compassion and the ability to bring joy make a man unforgettable. Ambition with humility, drive and vision inspire, while humility ensures long-lasting admiration. Emotional intelligence, listening and responding with care, builds trust and deeper connection. Consistency and reliability, matching words with actions, establishes credibility and loyalty. Adventure and self-care, embracing new experiences and maintaining well-being show balance and vitality. Confidence and authenticity together form one of the strongest foundations of personal magnetism. Confidence is not arrogance or loudness, it is the quiet assurance that you are enough as you are. When a man carries himself with self-belief, he communicates security and stability, qualities that naturally attract others. Women in particular find confidence appealing because it signals strength, decisiveness and reliability. It shows that he is capable of handling challenges without crumbling under pressure, which inspires trust and admiration. However, confidence without authenticity can feel hollow. Authenticity means being true to who you are, rather than trying to fit into an image or play a role to impress others. Pretending to be someone you are not might work temporarily, but eventually the mask slips. People remember men who are genuine because authenticity builds trust, comfort, and a sense of emotional safety. When a man speaks honestly, shares his real opinions, and shows vulnerability when necessary, it deepens connections and makes interactions memorable. What makes this combination powerful is balance. Confidence makes a man stand tall, while authenticity ensures he remains relatable and human. Together, they create an aura that is both strong and approachable. A man who believes in himself but stays true to his nature doesn't need to chase attention. It comes naturally. He leaves an impression not by exaggerating his worth, but by showing up as himself unapologetically. In essence, confidence draws people in, and authenticity makes them. Women don't just admire the image of such a man, They remember how he made them feel respected, comfortable, and inspired. This blend creates not just attraction, but lasting significance, ensuring he remains in their thoughts long after the conversation has ended. Kindness and humor are two qualities that effortlessly make a man unforgettable because they touch both the heart and the spirit. Kindness is more than just politeness. It is a reflection of empathy and genuine care for others. A man who shows kindness in small, consistent ways leaves a lasting impression because it proves he values people, not just situations. Opening a door, offering a thoughtful word, or simply showing patience in difficult moments creates warmth that people never forget. Women in particular admire kindness because it demonstrates emotional maturity and the ability to treat others with respect and compassion, qualities essential for meaningful connection. Alongside kindness, humor adds a spark that makes moments memorable. Life is full of stress and challenges, but the ability to laugh at oneself and find joy in everyday situations brings relief and positivity. Humor shows confidence, creativity, and a lightness of spirit that draws people close. It also creates shared memories. Inside jokes and laughter often linger in the mind far longer than serious conversations. Importantly, the right kind of humor doesn't put others down. It lifts the mood and fosters comfort. When kindness and humor come together, they form a magnetic combination. Kindness builds trust and emotional closeness, while humor adds joy and energy. A man who can ease someone's worries with laughter while also showing compassion in times of need becomes not just admired but cherished. This balance reveals both strength and sensitivity, proving that he is not only capable of handling life's challenges, but also of making the journey enjoyable for those around him. Ultimately, kindness touches the heart, and humor touches the soul. Together, they create a lasting emotional impact that ensures he is remembered long after the moment has passed. Ambition paired with humility is a combination that commands respect and admiration. Ambition reflects a man's drive, vision, and determination to grow and achieve his goals. It signals that he is motivated, proactive, and willing to overcome obstacles to create a meaningful life. Women often find ambition attractive because it shows purpose and a commitment to self-improvement, qualities that suggest reliability and long-term potential. Ambition also inspires those around him, encouraging others to pursue their own goals and dreams, creating an environment of mutual growth and encouragement. However, ambition alone can sometimes appear overwhelming or intimidating if it is not tempered with humility. Humility keeps a man grounded, reminding him that success is not just about ego or status, but about learning, growing, and positively impacting others. A humble man acknowledges his mistakes, listens to feedback, and respects the contributions of others. This balance prevents ambition from turning into arrogance, making achievements admirable rather than off-putting. Women are particularly drawn to men who can pursue their dreams passionately while remaining approachable, kind, and respectful. The interplay of ambition and humility creates a presence that is both inspiring and relatable. Ambition draws attention and admiration, while humility ensures that the attention is genuine, lasting, and heartfelt. It signals that he is not just focused on personal gain, but also values the experiences and well-being of those around him. Ultimately, a man who combines ambition with humility leaves a lasting impression because he is driven yet considerate, confident yet grounded. He becomes someone people admire, respect, and remember not for superficial reasons, but for the strength of character he consistently demonstrates in how he lives, achieves, and interacts with the world around him. Emotional intelligence is a trait that deeply influences how a man is perceived and remembered. It goes beyond simply understanding emotions. It is the ability to recognize, interpret, and respond thoughtfully to the feelings of oneself and others. A man with emotional intelligence can navigate relationships with empathy and sensitivity, creating connections that feel genuine and meaningful. Women in particular notice and appreciate this quality, because it fosters trust, understanding, and emotional safety. When someone feels heard and valued, it leaves a lasting impression that goes far beyond superficial attraction. Listening is a central aspect of emotional intelligence. A man who truly listens does more than hear words. He understands intent, emotion, and nuance. He responds thoughtfully rather than reactively, showing that he cares about the person's perspective. This habit signals respect and maturity, qualities that are deeply appealing and reassuring. Emotional intelligence also involves self-awareness, the ability to recognize one's own emotions, triggers, and biases. This self-understanding allows a man to communicate more effectively, handle conflict calmly, and remain composed under pressure, further enhancing his presence and reliability. Additionally, empathy, a key component of emotional intelligence, allows a man to connect on a deeper level. By validating the experiences and feelings of others, he builds trust and creates a sense of partnership. Women remember men who make them feel understood and supported, because these interactions satisfy both emotional and psychological needs. Ultimately, emotional intelligence is not about solving every problem or always having the right answers. It is about making others feel seen, valued, and respected. A man who masters this skill leaves a lasting impression because he combines understanding with action, sensitivity with strength, and presence with thoughtfulness. This balance makes him memorable in a way that transcends looks, charm, or fleeting gestures, creating a profound and enduring impact on those around him. Consistency and reliability are qualities that build lasting trust and respect. In a world where many people make promises they do not keep, a man who consistently follows through on his word stands out. Reliability is not about grand gestures, but about showing up in both small and significant ways. When his actions align with his words, it creates a sense of security and stability that others deeply value. Women in particular remember men who prove through consistent behavior that they can be trusted, because it signals responsibility, maturity, and integrity. Consistency also reflects character. It shows that a man is dependable, not only when life is easy, but also during challenges. This steadiness builds confidence in those around him, as they know they can count on him in moments of uncertainty. Reliability does not mean being perfect. It means being present, dependable, and committed enough to honor promises and responsibilities. Over time, these habits create a reputation of trustworthiness that leaves a lasting impression. Moreover, consistency and reliability contribute to emotional safety in relationships. A man who is reliable makes others feel valued, respected, and cared for. His consistency proves that his intentions are genuine, reducing doubt or insecurity. Women are drawn to this trait because it demonstrates not just affection, but commitment and accountability. In the end, consistency is the quiet strength that sustains connections, while reliability ensures they endure. Together they form a foundation that makes a man not just memorable, but irreplaceable. It is not the occasional act of greatness that defines him, but the steady pattern of honesty, dependability, and loyalty that speaks volume. Such a man is remembered for the certainty he brings into people's lives, making his presence both reassuring and unforgettable. A sense of adventure and self-care are two qualities that make a man vibrant, dynamic, and memorable. A man who embraces adventure demonstrates curiosity, openness, and a willingness to step outside of comfort zones, whether it's exploring new places, trying new experiences, or approaching life with a spirit of discovery. This habit brings excitement and freshness to interaction. Women are drawn to men who are adventurous because it reflects courage, creativity, and a zest for life, qualities that make experiences together stimulating and memorable. Adventure also signals adaptability and resilience, showing that a man can face the unknown with confidence and curiosity rather than fear. Equally important is self-care, which reflects respect for oneself and others. A man who invests in his physical, mental, and emotional well-being demonstrates discipline, responsibility, and self-awareness. Self-care is not just about appearance or fitness. It encompasses nurturing the mind, managing stress, maintaining healthy habits, and cultivating a balanced life. When a man takes care of himself, it shows that he values his life and those around him, creating a positive, confident energy that naturally draws others in. Women notice and appreciate this because it signals that he is capable of sustaining not only his own life, but also contributing positively to relationships. Together, adventure and self-care create a balanced magnetic presence. Adventure adds excitement and unpredictability, keeping life lively and inspiring shared experiences. Self-care ensures stability, health, and confidence, allowing him to fully engage with the world and relate. A man who combines these traits leaves a lasting impression because he is both dynamic and grounded, someone who brings joy, curiosity, and energy, while also showing responsibility and respect for himself and others. This combination ensures that he is remembered, not just for moments of thrill, but for the holistic, vibrant life he embodies.